This is me, and this is the box that I'll be trapped in forever. Well, not forever, just until I can complete this triple Neo, the highest parkour jump in Minecraft. But it's not only the triple Neo. I have 10 jumps to get through, so let's get started. So first of all, a bit of background knowledge. I'm alright at parkour. I've been training my skills, but I've never once done a triple Neo, so I could be here forever. Anyway, our first jump is ridiculously easy, because it is just a sequence of 1-block jumps, which anyone can do even in their sleep. 1 down, 9 to go. 2-block jumps, slightly harder than 1-block jumps. Well, I think anyone can do this in their sleep too. And I just completed it. 2 down, 8 to go. Next up was, you guessed it, 3-block jumps. 3-block jumps may seem hard, but they're not hard. It's only 1 block more than 2-block jumps. 3 down, 7 to go. Next up was 4-block jumps, and this is where it gets tricky, because not only do you have to jump 3 blocks, but you have to jump 4 blocks. Anyway, I got a good running startup, and I managed to do it in 1 go, because I'm very skilled. 4 down, 6 to go. And thankfully for your sanity and mine, the next jump was not a regular jump. This is a ladder tower, where you have to jump across the different ladders to reach the top. So I made my way to the tower, and I started jumping up the ladders, and I got to the top, but what I had to do next was jump on the slime block and reach the finish. So I jumped down onto slime block and got there. By the way, currently I have no fails. If I get through this whole thing with no fails, I'll donate $5 to a random subscriber. But you know what, that's not gonna happen, because I'm gonna fail on the triple Neo. 5 down, 5 to go. Next up were head hitters. And I know the strategy for head hitters, you just have to run through them. So I began. I started jumping through, and I got through first try yet again. You just have to run and jump, it's easy. To be honest, I did not expect to do that first try. 6 down, 4 to go. Next up were fence jumps. A fence is less the size of a regular block. Therefore, it is harder to jump on. So I began my attempt. I ran, and I actually got to the other side on my first try. So far I've failed not once. I hope that doesn't change next time. 7 down, 3 to go. Next up we have ice parkour. And if you couldn't tell, ice is slippery, therefore making it harder than a normal jump. So I started the parkour. Unlike other attempts, I had kept my inventory slots visible so I could see my crosshair and know where my direction was at all times. I began scaling up the icy tower, pausing to shift on each block so I could regain my momentum on each one. But eventually I had done it. I had reached the other side. So far nothing had conquered me, and it seemed like I was gonna have to give away that $5. But I knew that from this point on, I was likely to fail at least once. 8 down, 2 to go. The single Neo. Basically, a triple Neo, a third of its size. The single Neos, it's like 75-25, if I succeed or not. I made my way up onto the platform, expecting my demise in the form of this single Neo jump. And then I ran. I spun around, and I fell off. That's one fail, mark that on the chart. Well, I guess I don't have to give away $5 now. Fails. 1. I have a feeling we'll be updating this often. Anyway, I ran back up onto the platform and tried again, and I failed. Fails 2. But eventually, I made it over, and it felt like the biggest achievement of my life. Well, at least until the next jump. 9 down, 1 to go. The double Neo. Wait, did you hear me say double Neo and not triple Neo? That's right, there's a secret 11th jump. Anyway, I completely expect to get way more fails from this thing, but let's try. So I ran around, and I failed. You know what, I'm just gonna keep counting my head and add them all up at the end. I tried again, and I made it over. Actually made it over. on my second try. It took me less tries to do than the single Neo, and I find double Neos hard usually. 10 down, 1 to go, with a total of 3 fails. It was time to place down another row on the triple Neo, and this would form a triple Neo. Well, it's 50-50 if I complete this jump. It either happens or it doesn't. Just gonna go up on the platform and... okay. Well, I kind of jumped into the wall here. Let's try again. I failed. Well, that was to be expected. I failed again, and again, and again. There's a reason I've never done a triple Neo before. Let's mark that up on the fail chart. 7 fails. I wasn't going to get anywhere with my own knowledge, so I looked up how to do a triple Neo, and I started watching this guy. They said that you need to line yourself up on the corner, and then you have to jump at the right time to get over. So I decided I'd help myself out a bit, and extend the size of the platform so I could always have a corner to lean off of. But don't worry, I also extended the size of the Neo, so I couldn't just run around it. Wait a moment. It was just his platform that was 3 blocks in length. He kind of had a path, I think. He had a 3-block platform, then 4 blocks in the gap, and then a triple Neo over here.
So I put my...
So first of all, apparently I have to set myself up on the corner. Oh, and I already fell off. That doesn't count. Okay, now I'm on the corner. I have to position my camera, and now I just get the timing right. Yeah, I don't think that's working. I was so close that time. I was so close that time as well. I got around the Neo, I just fell off at the end. Alright, let's focus. Jump at the right times. Okay, it's been 4 fails at this point. Okay, I've just watched more of the video, and apparently when you're in the corner, you have to put your camera here, and then without moving it, you start running and jumping, and then when you're in the air, you turn around. Okay, let's try that. Okay, well, I got close. Also, you need to turn your camera around, when you're in the air. Okay, you know what? Maybe this guy will show me how to do one properly. So basically, they started by telling me to be very precise. They yet again tell me that I need to go into the corner. And it was at this point where my internet ran out and I was on my own. So I took everything I learnt and I channeled up my energy. I got into the corner. I aimed my crosshair at the edge of this block. And then I ran. I ran as fast as I could, and I failed. Yet again. Alright, I've had 12 fails now, so let's write that down. So I decided to do some practice ones, where I would simply jump without moving my crosshair, and see if I could make the distance, which I could. Now all I had to do was move my crosshair during it. And I almost made it. I made it to this block, but my height isn't good enough. So I tried again, and again. 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 I was able to make it to this block. Like, if I was doing triple Neo like this, I would make it. But no, I have to do 2 blocks high, meaning I'm not keeping my height enough. I can make it there, but my height isn't good enough. So I tried. I tried over and over and over again, and nothing was working. By this point, I had had 30 fails, and I was feeling a bit fed up. I made sure my crosshair was pixel perfect onto that corner, and then I jumped and I failed again. It's hopeless. I'm never going to do it. I'm going to be trapped here forever. I can get to this block. As I said before, I can get to this block. If only. I was so close. That's it, I'm breaking a hole in this place, and I'm getting out of here. What? There's something stopping me. A barrier. Doing the triple Neo leads to a doorway leading out of here. So I focused. I focused really hard. But it was impossible. It was impossible. At this point, I decided the best idea I had was to not sink and just try. And every single time, I was getting to this block, but not this one. I was a centimeter off completing it. I will not rest until I get footage of me completing a triple Neo on my channel. On my channel. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing all their tips. I know other people in the videos doing it, but not me. I literally am recording all of these jumps, by the way, because if I don't catch myself succeeding in this jump on camera, I'm going to be so mad. I'll be so furious that this video probably won't be uploaded. You know what, let's try the other way. Maybe it works better. No, I'm not used to that way. Guys, I've been making this video for 2 hours now. I think you can kind of understand how much times I've tried and failed. Maybe if I change my keybinds. Currently my sprint is on left control. For now I'm just going to put it on W, so I sprint immediately when I walk forward. And that should make it a lot easier. I'm gonna line it up. My muscle memory keeps double tapping W to sprint. Maybe if I build head hitters on my way to it, I can build up momentum. Maybe I'll build them over here. Then when I run, I'll just continuously jump underneath them. Okay, you know what? I'm setting my game mode to survival so I can't accidentally fly. Okay, my new strategy is to go onto the edge, aim at the exact correct pixel that I need, and then just start running. And I'm trying that over and over and over again. And I continuously get over here. And you notice how when I press W and then I press space a second later, I go the full amount of blocks. But when I press them at the same... Well, I guess when I press them at the same time, I go around them. When I'm up in the air, I won't have time to press them both at the same time. So I'm going to have to press 1 second after the other. You know what? Let's remove the head hitters.
Many people call the triple Neo the hardest jump in Minecraft, having to jump around 3 blocks, but if you know what you're doing, it's really not that hard.
So first of all, I need to make a 7-block runway, which I basically have here.
Runway with 1 block to either
And I need to put 1 block to either side of this block.
side. Then crouch to the very corner and look at the corner between the 3rd and 4th blocks. Corner and look at the corner between the 3rd and 4th blocks. Then run 1 tick and hold jump, which is the same timing you do on a head hitter jump is on the edge. After your second jump, curve your crosshair inward and you'll do the triple Neo. It sounds difficult, but after some practice you can do it consistently.
Then we get on the very corner. We put our crosshair here. We tap W and immediately afterwards we're meant to press space. Wait, I actually did it. I fell off, but I actually did it. I did a triple Neo. I'm out of here. Goodbye, guys. Did you see that? That was a masterpiece. I'm never gonna do that again.